Oh, welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic pulling apart axles are in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler, and joining me for another episode today of the SnailTrail4x4 podcast, Jimmy. That guy over there.
What up?
How you doing, man?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm for the most part pretty good.
Okay.
I'm like on the border of struggling. Right. So I don't know. We're getting that time of year where we're changing weather.
Yes.
All of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like,
as you can tell, if you're watching the video, we're in like zip up hoodies right now.
I want to say like 2 weeks ago, it was still 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I feel like we're not getting like gradual weather changes the way we've gotten in the past.
I don't know. I feel like we had at least a solid week or so of very nice weather.
Yeah, I would agree. We did have the last week was like super nice.
I mean, it's not like a transition month. It was like a transition week.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't know if like my body just struggles with those quick transitions between weather patterns. But yeah, we have a storm rolling through right now.
Yes.
Barrett Lake is a soft close, and I don't foresee it reopening.
No, I know that's sad because we had possible plans of going out the day this airs to be wheeling on Barrett, but I don't think they're going to open the gates again.
4 days too late.
Yes.
For the season. So bummer. It was a really short season this season on Barrett. It was like 2 months and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A week and a half.
Crazy short.
Yeah, that was a lot of it. They extended the closure 1 month in order to help get the bathrooms installed. And then we had this storm roll through a little early. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to get reopened. They might reopen it for a week. I doubt it though.
Yeah.
Typically they close Barrett no matter what, November 1st.
Oh yeah.
So
I figured they normally close it around the first snow, and I think we've had it's snowing up in the mountains as of when we're recording this.
Yeah.
And so I think they're like, nope. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep it closed, which is too bad. I really wanted, I didn't get to run Barrett this year.
I haven't been able to run it the last 2 years.
Last two?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I know.
Bummer.
Big withdrawals.
I know, right? So I need to get up there and check out the bathrooms. They got the siding on the bathrooms.
Yeah, I saw the photos.
They looked really good. Yeah. So huge kudos, John Allen, John Arns, big hands in that project on Barrett Lake. The Highlanders Off-Road Club, they did a massive hand. What I really like about this project is that the Forest Service kind of said, okay, we'll let you off-roaders tackle this project.
Yes.
And they didn't really have a hand in any of the implementation solutions of the project.
Okay.
But they oversaw everything, like had to okay all the decisions, right?
Yeah, they had to put their check mark on everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And make sure that it was all being done properly.
Okay.
And this is one of the things that I've always kind of argued about is that there's so many, I mean, the off-road industry is filled with people that work and are professionals in the trade industries.
Yes.
Because we love working with our hands. And that usually means that we're a lot of off-roaders are trade people.
Okay. Yeah.
And so there's a lot of really cool skill sets in the off-road industry for projects like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it always has boggled my mind as to why the Forest Service doesn't that's like they don't trust off-roaders. They don't
trust us.
Yeah. They don't trust us to really do anything properly, quote unquote. And I'm like, bro, there's so many cool skill sets that I guarantee you like are going to be better done especially as a volunteer force than you guys going out and hiring contractors to do this stuff because the people you guys and the contractors that you guys are going to hire probably not going to have a ton of experience on knowing that specific trail and what the users need out of that trail and what the trail needs in order to be sustainable in the future, right?
Absolutely.
Whereas the off-roaders who are there every other weekend, every month, every whatever, however many X times a year, that are using that trail, familiar with that trail, know what the trail needs, have had hands in maintaining the trail throughout the years.
Oh yeah.
And have these really cool skill sets to build structures and engineer them properly and design them appropriately. It just makes so much sense to have the off-roaders helping to volunteer on and run these projects for the Forest Service. And this was an example of the Forest Service finally letting that happen. And I think the result is amazing.
Yeah. I think
the result is so much better than what was there.
Oh, well, absolutely.
And pretty much anything would have been better than what was there before.
The only thing worse would be them removing the toilet that was there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, the bathrooms look fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They're, now that the siding's on them, they
Mm-hmm.
look like super stout, sturdy, outhouses to some extent, but they are clean. They look fantastic. They're I hate to say it, but these shitters are really works of art.
They really are. I mean, and they kind of made like a tiered stepping up to the little terrace where they put the bathrooms. Like everything was done really, really well. And I hope that at least El Dorado National Forest, if not other forests, start looking at this and are like, damn, you guys can actually do some really good work. And so that actually is happening. Tahoe National Forest has now put in some requests for some bathrooms.
I think I've heard this on Cadillac.
That's going to be Placer County.
Oh, that's Placer. Yep. Okay.
Actually, is that Placer up there?
I think it is.
I forget. No, Placer starts down at the bottom of Cadillac. So Placer County is at the bottom of Cadillac near the springs. That's where the county line is.
But the top of Cadillac is still Placer.
It's Placer County, but it's El Dorado National Forest still.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, and Placer County seems like they really don't want to instate their RS-2477 rights.
I know.
And which is really too bad. I'm like, as a land manager, if you have an RS-2477 road, you need to make sure you maintain control of that road, in my opinion.
I agree.
There's so many cool laws around RS-2477 that you don't want to let that lapse and go away. So anyways, I think the top of Cadillac bathrooms are going to be done by El Dorado National Forest.
Okay.
Or overseen by them.
Yes.
And then they're looking at putting a couple of bathrooms, 4 bathrooms, I think in total on Fordyce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So some will be down at Committee, the big play area down at Committee. And then I want to say there's going to be 1 or 2 bathrooms on different spots on the trail too.
Got it.
So
they need to put like 5 at Winch Hill 3.
I know, right? I think Winch Hill 3 is one of the spots actually for a bathroom.
But they need more than one.
They need more than one. Yes. Agreed.
More people. I would argue that more people hang out all day at Winch Hill 3 than spend the night at Committee.
Yeah, I would agree to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I believe in that, because of that, the way I'm seeing it,
the mentality,
is that they need more bathrooms at Winch Hill 3 than almost anywhere else on that trail.
That's a good argument. I don't know. I don't spend enough time on Fordyce to know how many people go and spend all day playing at Committee versus all day playing at Winch Hill 3. But I do know that Winch Hill 3 is a big camping spot as well. A lot of people do like to camp at Winch Hill 3 in that area. People like to camp at Committee too, but I feel like I think you're right. More people like to go and camp at Winch Hill 3 because the nighttime activity at Winch Hill 3 is much greater, I think, than the nighttime activity on Committee.
Yes.
So
I agree.
But yeah, it was a really cool project. The Highlanders raised like $25,000.
Awesome.
So it was not just the off-roaders and the skill set and the trades to be able to build the structures and oversee and do it all properly. But also the community, the off-road community coming together to fully fund the project so that it doesn't even come out of the Forest Service budget. And it was just all around a beautiful example of off-roaders getting the opportunity to step up and show what we can do. And then I think really excelling and making a really awesome implementation for this solution. So
yeah, I'm really hoping, like you stated earlier, is that the local communities that are outside of the off-road community, like the Forest Service or the state or the county, recognizes that we're just not a bunch of like rednecks that like to party.
Yeah.
Right. There are that crowd, or there is that crowd in the off-roading rock crawling community.
There's that crowd in backpacking and hiking communities too.
Sure.
Hunting communities. I mean, there's that crowd in any community. It's not just singular to off-roaders.
I know, but for whatever it is, off-roaders get a bad rap.
Yep. I agree.
And I don't know exactly why it is, because, there's probably, 5 times as many good eggs as there is a bad egg, but then the bad egg makes it bad for everybody.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's crazy to think, but yes, thanks to everybody that had a hand in getting the Blop project going and off the ground, and literally buttoned up just in the nick of time before this storm rolled in. So that's awesome.
In other news, we'll do one more quick news item because it's kind of on my mind.
Okay.
And I didn't bring up this topic before because when we were talking with Ben Burr from Blue Ribbon Coalition, he mentioned something in kind of quick passing.
Okay.
During our last interview with him that I was like, I think that's a stretch, Ben. I think that's more that seems kind of conspiracy theory. Okay. Borderline conspiracy theory. So I never asked him about it or dug into it kind of thing. And then the Diesel brothers just had a big incident.
Oh.
So
so what is I'm
you haven't heard about it?
I don't know. Yeah.
Diesel not Diesel Dave, Heavy D.
Okay.
Which is like the main dude, right? Heavy D just got arrested out of nowhere. And put in jail. He got taken to the Utah. I want to say it's a Utah State Penitentiary, something like that. One of the prisons in Utah, the federal prisons.
Okay.
He got put under maximum security, solo. So, what is that called when you're
isolated?
Isolated confinement. Yep.
Yeah.
Isolated confinement in a maximum security cell of the prison.
Why?
For 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
And then he put out a video finally kind of explaining what had happened, and his lawyer put out a video explaining kind of what happened. I've only watched about half of Heavy D's explanation.
Okay.
And so what Ben had mentioned was that what was the reasoning behind all of the environmentalists and the environmentalist groups signing on to all the stuff that SUWA is trying to do, creating more wilderness areas and trying to lock up 30% of the lands by 2030. Why go through all this effort to do this? We can create sustainable lands with the technology, with the intuition, the drive that the human spirit has, I think.
Sure.
So why lock humans out of it?
Yes.
And Ben essentially came to the conclusion of it's lawyer greed, essentially. A few law firms had figured out that they can create lawsuits and get backed by deep pocket environmentalist groups to continue fighting.
Yes, I remember
for environmental things,
yeah.
right? And I was like, really, you think that is the main driver behind all this stuff that constantly keeps happening? We keep fighting for or fighting against.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. That seems kind of conspiracy theory. That's a stretch. I don't know. And Heavy D's situation, he said that over 10 years ago, something like that, when they were shooting the Diesel Brothers show, and when they had the business, diesel products, so diesel powered products, and they had a few trucks. They had 15 to 20, he claims, that they had deleted the emissions off of for the diesel emissions. So 15 to 20 trucks, and some environmental law firm groups came after them in the tune of, it was like $150 million.
Wow.
Because they deleted the emissions off 15 to 20 trucks.
Right.
And he was like, that's asinine.
Right.
Like, I could see, like, and their claim is that because they deleted the emissions off 15 to 20 trucks, that they are killing people around them in their city in Utah.
Oh yeah, sure.
And therefore the complete damages and everything is totaled $150 million, something like that.
Okay.
Plus all the lawyers' fees.
Right.
Right. And so they ended up settling on 1% of the $150 million.
Okay.
And so
what is that?
For damages.
100,000?
Something like that. $150,000.
10,000. Right?
1%. Yeah, it'd be around $10,000, $15,000, I think.
Yeah.
150 million. No, it'd be 150,000.
Oh, would it?
100 to 150,000. Yeah,
Okay.
for 1%. So they settled from 150 million down to $150,000 for damages.
Million. Yeah. Okay. 150,000. Yes.
So 1% is what they settled on, and what the groups were like okay with.
Sure.
Right. As their damages, to take care of their damages. And so but the lawyer fees are quite a bit higher than that, than $150,000, because in the state of Utah, if you lose a case, you are liable for the winner's lawyer fees.
Okay.
And so technically, by settling any damages whatsoever, even though it was 1% of the total claimed damages by the plaintiffs,
right?
Diesel Brothers owes 100% of the lawyer fees.
Okay.
And
the lawyer fees are like 80-90% of what they wanted.
Probably.
Yeah.
He didn't say how much the lawyer's fees were from the parts that I had seen.
Sure.
But he said that they paid out the damages like over 10 years ago, and they cleaned it up and were like, okay, that's fine. Here's your $150,000. We're sorry. But they've been fighting for over a decade on the lawyer's fees.
Okay.
Because they're like, we shouldn't be liable for 100% of the lawyer's fees.
Right.
On this case. And it got to the point where they fought it for so long that eventually Heavy D was arrested over the lawyer's fees. And so he sat down and laid out this video of saying there is so much greed from environmental lawyers that is feeding into the environmentalist groups.
Yeah.
And that is what's driving all of the environmental groups to come after stuff. He goes, do you think we want to destroy the state of Utah? Do you think that we want to destroy clean air in Utah? We love being outdoors in Utah.
Right.
We love the outdoors. We love recreating outdoors in Utah. Why would we want to destroy that? He goes, we want to maintain environmental sustainability as much as anybody else does.
Sure.
Like, it makes no sense why we're fighting on all this. And it really comes down to law firms finding out that they can, how did he put it? Not adhere, but pull on the heartstrings of environmentalists in order to get their deep pockets and continue making profits off of the environmental groups.
Right.
Being the environmental lawyers they are.
Okay.
And I was like, son of a bitch, that's exactly what Ben said in our interview. And I was like, maybe it's not so much of a stretch. I don't know. It seems I'm still like, I feel like it could be a little bit of a stretch, but at the same time, I agree 100%. Like, why anybody who likes going out and recreating in the outdoors, why
Why are we
fight
fighting
over this? Like, we're on the same side on all of what we want. We want a sustainable environment so that we can continue recreating in the future. Our kids can continue recreating in the future. Why is this such a fighting issue?
Yeah. I don't get it.
And the common denominator seems to be
money.
Yep. So
that sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking about Blue Ribbon though.
Okay.
There's and you're going to need, I'd always forget it, but there's an open comment is still going on for another few more days for I think it's the Gemini Labyrinth Rim area to try to overturn, what was it, the state or?
It was the
BLM's choice to close all those trails out there.
Yep.
So that, if you go over to the Blue Ribbon Coalition's website, or we have the link down in our show notes, that is going on until like October 25th. I think you can make public comment.
Yep. I believe that's right.
So please go and make public comment. Let's try to reopen trails, which is a very rare thing for us to be able to do in the off-road community. So this is a chance for you to be able to put your name into that hat of trying to do something that is going to grow our community and allow for people to go and explore new areas that have recently been closed off to us.
Yep.
So go click that link, just make a public comment. It's super easy. You can either write your own comment in there, or Blue Ribbon Coalition has a preset one for you. So all you have to do is really log in, or I don't even know if you need to log in. You just fill out the little form and put your name and like address and phone number and basic information in there. And then you can hit submit and you're done.
Yep. It's really quick, really streamlined, very easy. They pull up all your legislators in Congress for you and shoot the email off to them. So yeah, super easy. Go do it. It's on their action alert page. Go to blueribbon.org, blueribboncoalition.org, I think, and go to the action alert page, and it's one of the options there. So
or the links in our show notes.
Perfect.
Cool.
Sorry for that side tangent.
Yeah,
I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole there. Today is Thursday, though. So Jimmy got some work done in the garage. Was going through Bobcat. I really didn't do much. I went to Prairie City and talked to people. So we will do a couple of reviews.
Yes.
For housekeeping stuff. And then we'll take a break and then get into kind of what we were up to over the weekend. Keep in mind, we do have the gift boxes going on this month. Do we get to announce today what the gift boxes were, or are we going to save that for Monday?
I think we should save it for Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's a good idea.
Monday, we're doing an interview.
Yep.
We've got the interview coming with the people that we've been working with on the gift boxes, and we're going to talk about a lot of new stuff that they have going on and what you received in the mail from us. Yeah. The royal us.
Yep. So we'll do that all Monday. If you guys want to get in for the gift boxes, you have about half a month left. Go over to irate4x4.com, go to the SnailTrail4x4 forum, and all your sign up options are there. You can do an annual membership if you don't want the recurring thing on your credit card each month, or your PayPal account, or you can do monthly, whichever one you like. But this is the month to move around in your tiers. If you want to add the gift box tier or drop out of it, or add the giveaway tier each month or drop out of that, whatever. Now's the time to do it. You have until October 31st, and then we close it all up. At least close the gift box tier, but until April. So
yes, absolutely. So go over, make your signups, go to irate4x4 to do all of that. And remember, if you are changing your tiers, you need to log into your PayPal account and then cancel the tier that you are leaving or moving from. And you can do that under the subscriptions section on PayPal. All the sign up options are done and moving around options are done on iRate, but it's all actually through your PayPal account. So if you want to move away or change something, you have to go into your PayPal to go do that. And when you do that, make sure you update your address.
Yeah. Make sure you update your shipping address.
Yes.
So cool. Let's see. Should we do some reviews?
Yeah, let's do it. We haven't done reviews in a while. We've got some good stuff for reviews. We have an Onyx Elite membership once we get to 800 reviews.
Yep.
And what are we at?
768.
768.
Yep.
All right. So we got a little ways to go.
Mm-hmm.
But once we get to 800, we're giving away that Onyx Elite membership to a lucky individual. Once we get to 850, we're doing the same thing. And then when we get to 900, we're doing a big package giveaway upwards of $1,000 from Morphlate.
Yep.
Thanks, Morphlate.
You're welcome. Yeah, we got some cool announcements coming up. Everything is on the water right now for the next updates to stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's on the water at the moment. Once they land, we'll be able to do the launch, tell you guys all about it. And that'll be part of the Morphlate giveaway at 900 reviews. And then we have another big thing happening. I'm hoping for Q1 next year.
Nice.
That'll also be included in the big Morphlate package.
Cool.
So
that's exciting stuff.
yeah. Let's see. We got some reviews though.
Okay.
We have this one here is from Prezioso 94.
Prezioso. Who was the president in 94? Was it one of the Bushes?
Clinton?
Bush? Clinton? I don't know.
Bush 1?
Yeah.
Bush 1 or Clinton? I don't remember who.
All right. I wonder if that's him.
They listen to the SnailTrail4x4 off-road podcast. It says, great off-road podcast. Best Toyota off-road podcast. Even if Tyler owns a Bronco. Tyler does not own a Bronco, just FYI.
Not anymore.
No, Tyler does not own a Bronco, okay?
Okay.
We don't talk about this Bronco thing, okay?
Okay.
Just kidding. It was actually a pretty nice, decent off-road vehicle. They did a really good job with the off-road package in that Bronco. They just fell short on a lot of other areas of the car, unfortunately.
Yes.
So thank you, Prezioso. Next one is Over Cruiser 80.
Over Cruiser 80.
Which of our 80 series listeners is that?
I don't know.
It says, great info and easy listening, entertaining and listening, and I find the content relevant. Great job, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Glad somebody finds the content relevant.
One.
Yeah, I know. It's our first review with relevant content. Anyways, we know this one. AC Cook 1.
We do?
It says, great show. #1 off-road podcast ever.
Nice.
From EA Cook 1, second entry.
Okay, nice.
Thank you, Evan. Here comes. This one's from Ava Cook.
Oh, yay.
And this one is best off-road podcast ever from EA Cook 1, third entry.
Perfect.
Thank you, Evan. And this is the cool thing about reviews. If you guys can find ways to leave multiple reviews, then you're essentially giving yourself multiple entries into every single giveaway that we do from reviews, right? So Evan has found a way to get 3 entries in perpetuity forever for all the giveaways we do on the reviews. So.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Once you leave one review, you're automatically entered to all the giveaways that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good job, Evan. Up to 3.
Next one is BP 3000.
That doesn't sound like Evan.
That sounds like the Barrett Lake Bathrooms 3000. That's the name of them. BP 3000.
Toilet up there.
It says wrench therapy. It's like listening to my buddies talk shop in the garage about a variety of 4x4 topics and NorCal local trails while wrenching away on our rigs. Good times.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know quite a few people that enjoy just like while they're wrenching on their vehicle, they have us playing in the background in the garage.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. We have is it Evan? I don't think it's Evan. It's Deadpool truck.
Mike Klein.
That I think he has a TV in his garage in his shop that he has the YouTube channel up. While he's wrenching on stuff.
Nice.
So
yeah, I've walked into Brad at Hot Metal Fab's shop a few times and been like, hey, that was a good show. That was a fun episode. Yeah.
That's fun. Next one, and I think we'll do the next one after because it's a longer one. This one says awesome show.
Who's it from?
From GJCDINF. So
did you read the BP 3000 review?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was the one like buddies talking in the shop.
Oh, okay.
Wrenching on rigs.
Missed that.
This one is Gudjikudnif.
Yes. Perfect.
These guys are great. It's like talking shop with your buddies on the trail. Super informative, entertaining, and lots of local knowledge. Highly recommended listening, especially if you drive a Toyota and live in NorCal.
Awesome.
So
yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
that one.
Yep. And last one for today is from STA Vince.
Vince.
Yeah.
Vince.
Vince. It's Vince. It says Toyota 4x4 camping and outside adventures. It started with the High Sierra 4x4 podcast.
Yes,
it did.
True.
Listen to these guys, made me laugh. Also, the passion for off-roading. Continue listening, picked up with SnailTrail 4x4 podcast. Me being a retired Jeep owner, now a Toyota owner.
Woo.
Yeah, there we go. Talking about great content on this podcast. Also great to listen to during my work hours. Winch ready. Keep up the great work.
Nice.
That must have been given the review must have been done when we were doing the winch giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably one of the last ones, I think.
That'd be my guess because we had a lot of reviews get entered in March 2023. And we're kind of going through all those right now. So I'm wondering if we were approaching the 500 reviews mark.
Maybe.
For the winch.
Well,
around that
but
time.
we were, yeah, I mean, that would make sense because we were right about 2 years from, we're almost exactly 2 years from when we started announcing the Yokohama giveaway to when we had the Yokohama winner.
Yeah.
For the tires.
Yeah.
And that would be about 2 years
April. Yeah. When we did that. So April, May. So yeah. Cool. Good stuff. Thanks everybody for writing in. We love having the feedback and really getting those reviews in helps the podcast juices go around and gets us into more ear holes. Because as people are doing a search, say they're opening up Apple Podcasts or whatever their podcast listening platforms are, and they search off-road. They want to listen to some off-road podcasts. A big part of the algorithm is reviews and how many podcasts have reviews that mention off-roading or off-roading in the podcast description or anything like that. So the more reviews we have, the more ear holes we get to go into. Giggity. And the more ear holes we get to go into, the more that we get to do cool stuff like having giveaways monthly because vendors want to work with us because we have a really cool engaged audience.
Yes.
So we get more giveaways each month. We get to do cool stuff. Like tool month stuff that we've done in the past. We get to do our giveaways from reviews. There's a lot of really cool things that we get to do because you guys are really good audience to the show and show the vendors some love. So, let's see. Anything else?
I have no other updates that we need to cover. Yep.
All right, then we'll take a quick break. We'll hear from, let's see, today is Thursday, so we'll get some Onyx stuff into your ear holes here in the break, and then we'll be right on back with kind of what we've been up to over the weekend.
Are you stuck inside? Are you not sure where you want to go to explore? Well, open the Onyx Off-Road app. It shows you all the trails around you, and it tells you their difficulty. Now you can quickly search out your next adventure or plan your next trip. Download Onyx Off-Road from the App Store. Onyx Off-Road, built for the adventurer.
Oh, welcome back, everybody, to
stretching time.
Stretching time.
Stretch top of the hour. Time to stretch.
Yep.
Like good day.
Yep. Was it the 7th inning stretch in baseball?
Oh,
I don't watch enough baseball.
Neither do I.
The sports that I watch tend to be paintball. I love watching paintball, but I can never find it televised anymore. Or Ultra 4 stuff typically. Yeah. So, We Rocks is kind of fun to watch.
Speaking of sports, I don't know where it was, but we're in one of our text threads, chat threads or whatever. I think Jason from Wheeling Wine and Whiskey posted a video of what sport is what off-roading style.
Oh, okay.
Right. And because they said because somebody somewhere said that pickleball is overlanding.
Yeah.
And so this, I was the Gambler 500 guys.
Okay.
We're like, okay, so what other sports are what?
Yeah.
And it said football is rock crawling.
Okay.
Right. And it said like volleyball, I think was like desert racing or something.
Interesting.
And it said hockey is snow wheeling.
Okay.
And for everyone, they were posting photos of like a vehicle. When they're like, football is rock crawling, they had some video or some picture. And it, volleyball was like desert racing or in the dunes or something, and had a photo. And hockey is for snow wheeling. And my truck, Bobcat, is the snow wheeling photo.
Really?
Yeah. I have no idea how. I was just watching. I was like, wait, that's my truck. Like, why? How did that get there? I don't know where they found it, how they found it, but it was a trip. I think we were in the Mad Hatters run.
Okay.
And we were going up.
Like for Winter Fun Fest from that trip?
No, not a Winter Fun Fest. It was just another run. And we were doing like up the Barrett Lake area. Road. Like it was
up Wrights Lake Road. Okay,
yeah, Wrights Lake Road. And we got to the point where you could turn off to head towards Wentworth Springs Road. That whatever road that is that turns off Wrights Lake Road to head over towards Wentworth Springs.
Yeah.
And we had like all stopped there. And we kind of decided like this is a good turnaround spot. And so I reversed and I was trying to clean an area out and I just sunk my truck. Okay. And that was the photo they used for hockey and snow wheeling was Bobcat.
That's funny.
Stuck in the snow. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, maybe they searched snow wheeling and we talked about it and I used that photo in something and all the dots connected. I'm not sure, but
interesting.
It was hilarious. It's right now, well, as of a day ago for the podcast release, it was posted on my story. So you guys can watch it. Yeah.
I never looked at that video to see the different sport comparisons.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was just sort of nonchalantly watching it like, oh, okay, funny. Like what other ones are that? And then I was just sort of like, wait a second.
Hold on.
I like had to go back like 2 or 3 times to like check. I'm like, it looks like Bobcat. Is it Bobcat? And that was at one point we had wrapped like a small strap, like a tree saver strap around, I think it was the axle of Bobcat or maybe it was, I don't remember what. We wrapped a red strap around the front and I was like, oh, I remember exactly when we did that. That is Bobcat. That's crazy. And it was just so funny. Fun. Yeah.
I'm like interested to think why they didn't use a tracked vehicle image. Cause like hockey, you're not using, I mean, you're using your feet, but you're using, you're not.
Yeah. You're on skates.
You're on skates, right?
Sure. So I don't know. They didn't think that far ahead.
I would also argue that rugby is more like rock crawling.
Okay.
Rather than football. I think that football, like people want to get in and do it kind of thing. And like football is safe enough, less risky, I guess, risk averse enough where the general public can get in and do it. And wants to do it. Whereas I think rugby is more like people look at it.
Okay.
And they're like,
rugby is Ultra 4.
Oh, there you go. That's I think that's a good example.
Yeah. Is football.
Yeah. I would say rugby for sure. It would be like Ultra 4 because people look at it and they're like, damn, that's crazy. I can't stop watching this train wreck happen, but there's no way in hell I want to go do it myself.
Right.
Okay. That's a really good.
Yeah. There you go. Soccer was just general trail driving, like a trail 3 to 6. Like
so Subarus. It's Subaru driving.
Well, that was what soccer was. Yeah, it was sort of this like, not rock crawling, but sort of a little mild to wild. Every kid played it. Everybody knows it. Everybody can do it.
Yeah.
It's just this basic sort of fire roads, a little bit of advanced fire road off.
Okay.
Yeah, trail driving.
What would mudding be?
I don't know. They might have had that on the list. Maybe I just didn't get that far.
Yeah.
I think they did have mudding. I forgot what it was though. That might be rugby because they play in the nasty stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If you, maybe I'll link it I'll put a link to that one if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Sorry to
fun tangent.
derail us.
It's all right. I derailed us earlier. All right. So this is Thursday episode. We get to talk about what we've been up to over the weekend. I'll go first because I don't have a whole lot.
Okay.
I pretty much the Mule is at Stellar Built. We got everything ordered, the parts for the rear swing out.
Nice.
They did the ride height adjustment.
Okay.
And I need to call Rob up and be like, I don't think we're on the same page here. Cause I had originally said I want a 2-inch increase from where it is now.
Okay.
And keep in mind that we are going down to 40s. So we really need to increase the ride height now.
Oh, geez.
3 inches.
Yeah.
So that when we go down on 40s, it's a 2-inch increase.
Okay.
From where it is now.
Yes.
And he keeps telling me, yep, we got the ride height lifted by 2 inches. And I'm like, I don't.
Well, are you going to put the 40s on or are they going to put the 40s on?
They're going to put them on because they're keeping the 42s, right?
Right.
So I have the frame measurements.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're just going to be like, okay.
Once the 40s are on, I'll be like, all right, what's the
ride height?
Distance to frame?
Okay.
Yeah.
You did not raise it 2 inches.
Yep. Exactly. So I either need to call him and just be like, hey, just a weird thought because of something you mentioned last time I was at the shop. Did you guys raise it 2 inches or 3 inches from where it is on the 42s? Or wait, and then once they put the 40s on, ask them for the frame measurement and then be like, okay, so that's 1 inch difference. Can we get another inch up? So I don't know. We'll see which way we go. Parts are on order. They're waiting for that spindle to come in mainly. The heavy duty spindle for the swing out. And then the hinges, and I think everything else is there. So
cool.
Yeah, they should be working on it this week. We'll see if I get it back at the end of the week or not. I'm thinking it's going to be early next week, middle next week. We'll see.
They did say 1 week though, right?
They said 1 week to do it. But that was before we changed the spindle we were going to use, and the hinging of the Pelican the Pelican case, the rifle case.
Right.
So
got it.
Let's see. The wrap design is all done.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of once the swing out's done, then I'll immediately take the rig from Stellar Built over to City Graphics and they'll do the wrap. And I'm guessing that'll be 3 to 4 days.
Okay. Nice.
That's and then good. We'll have the rig back.
Sweet.
So we'll see if I have it back in time for Rocktoberfest.
Oh, when's that?
October 24, 25.
Oh, the Mad Hatter run?
Yep.
Okay.
To Spider Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Our Halloween run to Spider Lake. We'll see if it's done by then. If not, I'll take Kermit. But
I really wanted to go on that this year, but unfortunately, we've got some family obligations that we have to take care of. So that's a bummer, but family. So
yep. I'm hoping the weather's good because the last couple of years has been really bad weather.
Yes, it has.
So we got winded out last year. And I want to say the year before it was just raining the whole time. Something like that. But
I don't remember when it was. I don't know if it was last year or a few years ago, but we came in late. And you were like the only one still awake.
Yeah.
And when we woke up, the weather was so nasty. Everybody's like, yeah, we don't want to stay another night.
Yep.
And so we were like, all right, great. We got like an overnight camping spot and now we're driving home.
Yeah. We got here at 10:30, 11 PM at night and camped and then we're leaving at 10 AM.
Yep. Kind of a thing. Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Kermit, I keep talking about, now that we redid the body mount, Kermit has a lot more body roll and torque.
Okay.
Torque going on in the suspension
with acceleration,
torque lift under acceleration. And I think something's going on with the sway bar because, this morning I went around a couple of turns and it almost behaved like there was no sway bar there. Like if you turn driver while accelerating, the whole body and everything just torque lifts, right?
Right.
And it doesn't settle back down until you let off the acceleration to shift gears. And it hasn't really done that to the passenger side turning. But this morning I took a couple of passenger turns on the way to the warehouse here. And it like flung the body over. And I was like, I feel like it's behaving like the sway bar isn't even connected anymore. So I went and kind of quickly looked to see how I can disassemble the sway bar, pull it out to look at it. It's a 3/4 inch, I think 3/4 or 1 inch, TK1 sway bar. And they do some really nice sway bars, really good stuff. And I'm like, I shouldn't snap a 3/4 inch TK1 sway bar.
No.
That's a beefy sway bar. And so I was like, I need to pull it apart, pull the bar out and look at it and just make sure it's all in one piece still. And I don't know how Ori put the bar in there. So I complained last time about Ori putting together the suspension and
with the
not
shock
making
bolt.
it so that I can take the lower link bolt out because the coilover is in the way.
Right.
I have to remove the body to pull the fucking sway bar out.
What?
I'm pretty sure they put the sway bar into the hollow bar and the bracket and welded and then put it up on the frame and welded it all there because the sway bar is blocked on both sides by the body and my rear bumper. So I have to undo all my body mounts and lift the ass end of the body up in order to get the sway bar out.
Wow. That sucks.
I'm really not happy about it.
Yeah. How much of the body do you have to lift?
About 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches.
Wow. And and that's in like the wheel well area, right?
It's just behind the rear wheel well. Yeah. So it's either that or I have to cut the rear body and tub it to be able to clear the sway bar and get it out of there.
So it's it's behind the wheel well.
Yep.
Because that's where the bar is mounted.
Yep.
So what you're talking about is the part of the body that sort of hangs down, the very end of the wheel well that sort of makes the Forerunner's rear end so big.
Yep.
And so the thought is if you had to cut something, you'd have to like cut off the back lower section of the Forerunner.
Yep.
More or less underneath the floor.
Yep.
Can you just make like a pass-through tunnel?
That's what I'm wondering. If I can just like take a drill, a hole saw and just drill a hole straight through the body and then sleeve it. Weld it in as like a sleeved hole.
You don't even need to sleeve it. Just leave it a hole
there.
You just undo the sway bar and that's the one way you pull it out.
Right.
It's a speed hole. What do you
know,
mean?
Right? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm like, without doing that, I'm pretty sure I have to undo all the body bolts and cantilever the ass end of the body up.
Yeah.
In order to get the sway bar out. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. I mean, I understand it to some extent.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not forethought there on how things went together, but it's where else are you going to be putting that thing?
He could have put together the bracket so it bolts in. That way you can just unbolt the sway bar bracket.
Okay.
And
that would have
pull
been
it
smart.
off, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I think I'm going to have to cut the brackets, the sway bar brackets, and redo them so it's a bolt-in application for the sway bar brackets.
Yeah.
In order to get the sway bar out of there.
So would you weld sort of a bracket onto the housing of the sway bar and then like thread that up into your frame?
Either that or do like a double shear bracket that has 4 bolts on it. So 2 on either side of the double shear. And then it kind of sits in.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And then bolt it all together.
I wonder how much stress is actually on.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Tube.
I can't imagine a whole lot is on the tube because most of it's on the sway bar, which supposedly floats in the tube.
Right. But there's times when it's being pushed or pulled.
Yeah. At extreme articulation, how much stress is actually on there. I might need to talk with TK1 or Brian about how much stress is actually there and how much you really need to beef up those brackets if you're going to do a bolt-in application rather than a welded-in application.
You could maybe just do some U-bolts over your frame.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would hold it in one spot, but it holds axles into one spot.
Right.
And then you could do a U-bolt, and then you just need a little centering pin on that housing for the sway bar. The tube for the sway bar just needs a little center pin.
Would it even need a little center pin, or could you put find a tube with the same ID as the OD of the sway bar tube? So you have a little tube sitting over it, and then the U-bolt hold that in place.
Yes, that would work, except I would be concerned about rotation. It rotating, not necessarily shifting, but more of like it rotating around.
Yeah, would that be a problem if it rotates? I guess the only problem would be wear over time, wearing out the tube if it's rotating, because the sway bar floats inside of it, right?
Right.
So in order for the sway bar to work properly, I don't think it would matter if the tube it sits in rotates a little. I'll talk with Brian.
Yeah.
I have to brainstorm something with Brian here. So Brian, I'm giving you a call. But yeah, another thing where I was like, come on, you guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When you put stuff together, think about maintenance, man. This isn't a BMW.
Did you see, speaking of Ori, did you see the new truck he bought?
No.
Did you follow it? You don't really watch stories ever.
I don't pay attention to Instagram. Yeah.
He got a 90s Hilux 4-door.
Oh.
It has a funky engine in it, something from Japan I've never heard of.
Okay.
But it's 5 speed, but it's 5 on the tree.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, super bizarre. Did I say 4-door?
Uh-huh.
And it's right now it's slammed.
Okay.
But he's gonna obviously jack it up and lift it up.
Wow.
But it looks so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. I'm like, where'd you get that? I want that. You know,
that's the truck you've been wanting forever. Yeah.
For the most part, yeah. I actually I don't know if I'd want an like 90s like Bobcat style or a second gen-ish style, because I like this like slightly squarer lines on the 4-doors. I think those look good.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not sure, I don't know enough about those Hilux ones, but I think the older, what we would consider our second gen pickups, like would be like 84 through 89 for us. When those were Hilux and 4-door style, I think they still came with the first gen bed, which is always cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 90s versions came with those.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the 90s ones came with like Bobcat's bed.
Yeah.
And then the 4-door cab.
Right. So, and I like the first gen beds are cool. I've literally thought about getting a first gen bed and putting it on Bobcat.
That would be
because I like the bed.
Yeah.
It's cool looking.
That'd be cool. Yeah. So congrats, Ori.
Yeah.
When do we get rides? When are you giving out rides in your truck?
Right.
Let's see here. My weekend was pretty simple. I went out to Prairie City. Prairie City was doing a customer appreciation day.
Okay.
And so they just kind of have a bunch of vendors that support Prairie City come out, and then people that come out and spend a lot of time at Prairie City. I've never really explored around Prairie City other than the 4x4 area.
Sure. Well, that makes sense.
It's like, that's the only area I go to.
Yeah.
That's the only area I'm familiar with. So like, I've never been to the camping area at Prairie City.
I didn't even know they had a camping area.
I didn't either. I was like, they say you can camp that people do camp at Prairie City for like the Hangtown Classic for the Ultra 4, the rock crawling event. So
I've gone to Jason and Chris's campers when they're camping for the Ultra 4 race.
Okay.
And they're camped near the pyramid in the 4x4
in the 4x4
area.
area. Okay. All right. Then I've been, when I've walked through the area for the Ultra 4 races, it's like, I've never really seen a designated camping area. It just seems like they're camping in the parking lots, right? In the parking areas. There's an actual camping area, Prairie City.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice.
Okay.
There's picnic tables, gazebos, a few trees, like little islands of trees everywhere.
Okay.
There's a whole picnic area.
Yeah.
With some really nice tree coverage. And so I was like, well, shit, I've never been over to the side of Prairie City before.
Yeah.
But apparently that's where all the dirt bikes and power sports users of Prairie City
Right.
go and camp for the weekend if they come out.
Yeah, I've never brought a motorcycle into or a dirt bike into Prairie City, so I don't know that side of things.
Yeah, I haven't either. So I was like, this is actually a really kind of nice little area over here. And so we set up for Morphlate. And it was mainly just to kind of chat with people, support Prairie City a little bit. And see how many, I'm trying to like gauge power sports and like how many power sports users are there out there that really could use our stuff.
Okay.
Because they're not going to use our 4-tire hose kits, really. They're not going to really use our air compressors. There's too much output, too much airflow. But like our little accessory things, an air hub, if they're trailering their power sports stuff, so side-by-sides quads, if they are, a lot of them are putting heavier loads into their trucks. So some of them have cab over campers. They're trailering a little trailer with their dirt bikes on it, or they're putting 3 or 4 dirt bikes sometimes in the back of their 8-foot beds, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know if you guys are changing your tire pressures in the truck for carrying the loads when you come out here. What are you guys doing? So it was more just kind of like gauging the power sports consumers.
It was an informational trip for you.
Yeah, exactly. And another training opportunity for our new event guy.
Okay.
And so we went out there and had a good time, and
not far from his place too. So unlike his last trip.
Yeah, Trail Hero. And we don't get charged to be out there. Oh, so perfect. It's just pretty much hanging out for the day. And so it was a good time. Prairie City did a really good job at putting on a fun event, I think. I would say 90-95% of the people there were dirt bike users, motocross. Sure. So, which is great because I got to chat with them and ask questions and pick and prod, and see kind of like show them what we had and then see like, where does this fit into power sports?
Sure.
So I got some good feedback from all, and then ran into a couple of off-roaders too.
Okay.
That had never heard of us.
Wow.
So local people never heard of us. 2 of them are out on the Rubicon all the time. And so they're like, now that I see the rig here, I've seen your vehicle out on the Rubicon. I was like, I'm out there quite a bit.
Yeah.
So chatting with them, one guy, his wife is the weather lady, so the meteorologist for KCRA. Channel 3 in the local news in the area. So she was out there kind of to get a little bit of video and report a little bit on what was going on out there.
Cool.
So she took his Jeep out and did the diff hanger obstacle with his Jeep, and they got video, and supposedly they were going to be putting it on KCRA 3 later. Nice. So he had to air back up though afterwards. He didn't bring anything with him.
Okay.
So he came back over to the booth and I aired him up. And like we were just sitting around chatting, and all of a sudden the air hub started beeping, and I kind of was like, that was really quick. I don't know if you're fully aired up.
Yeah.
Because it was only like a minute and a half of running the compressor and air hub to get him aired up to 30 PSI. And I was like,
what did he air down to?
What'd you start off at? And he goes, I think I was at 15. And I was like, okay, so that's feasible from 15 to 30 in about a minute and a half on 35s. And that seems quick still. Like it should be like 3 minutes.
Okay.
But so we took a single tire gauge, went around, checked everything. It was at 30 PSI. And I was like, damn, that impressed me. And so, he was very impressed with it all. And like, he's been asking me all sorts of questions, and I sent him a couple of news articles about comparing, our 10-6 compressor to twin ARBs and some other compressors out there. And like, he's like, apparently he is possibly going to be working for Yankum Ropes here soon.
Oh, okay.
As well as he submits articles to magazines.
Oh,
for
nice.
Print magazine stuff as well. So, and online blog stuff. So, he's sending me all sorts of questions and text messaging.
Oh, sounds like you might write something up.
Oh, okay. So this could actually, I don't know. I just went out here to pick the brains of power sports users, and we might actually end up getting some media stuff coverage out of it too. So
that works.
It was a fun day, good day. And Jeff, if you're listening, I don't know if he does listen to the podcast, but I'm glad you found our stuff so world changing. So
that's awesome.
That was pretty much my weekend. The rest of it was just kind of hanging low. I have confirmed that my rear output on the transfer case is no longer leaking.
Oh, nice.
So I am seeping a little bit out of the drain plug and the fill plug
on
the T case. And so I'm guessing when Dave went through and pulled the rear cover off of the transfer case and resealed everything there, that he did not pull the drain plug, or he had to have pulled the drain plug because he put all new fluid in and dyes. I'm guessing he did not put a new crush washer.
Oh, maybe
new crush washers on. So now that I can see it's not draining and leaking from the output anymore, and it's leaking from the drain and fill plugs now I got to do the quick swap of where you pull the drain plug out, put your finger in the hole.
Yeah.
Grab the other drain plug or redo the crush washer and then put it back in. See if you can do it without losing too much fluid.
Right.
So,
good luck.
Yeah. That's always a fun one.
Yeah.
So I got to do that. And I think after that's done, I don't think the T cases are leaking anymore after
that's
that.
Good.
So, yeah.
I've been looking at mine and mine's leaking pretty good. And I think it's leaking from the top, kind of like how yours was.
Okay. Like the shifters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I need to do a little bit of investigation there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, cool. That was it for me. Just kind of waiting for the Mule to get back and then go over to the wrap. And then this coming up weekend is Medical Skills Day.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be nice and muddy at Prairie City.
Yes, it will. Love that Prairie City mud.
No, it's very acidic. So if you ever go out to Prairie City and it's mud, your top priority when you get home is to wash all that mud off your vehicle. Otherwise, it eats away at everything.
Yes.
So.
And for whatever reason, when it hardens like cement.
Yes, it does.
It's horrible. I don't know why.
Yeah. So that'll be this weekend. The Appreciation Day was last weekend. And after that is the Rocktoberfest. So cool. I'm just kind of hanging out in the meantime, waiting for all that to take place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my last weekend was pretty much filled with the Mini Assistants Theater.
Okay.
It was her play performance was this weekend. She had a Saturday night play performance and a Sunday matinee. Mm-hmm. And so that really meant that I had a little bit of free time to work on Bobcat in the mix of it.
Okay. I was going to ask, do you go to all of her performances or do you go to at least just one to watch the performance and then you're kind of like, all right, we'll drop you off and pick you up?
Well, so this one was only 2 performances. So we ended up going to both.
Okay.
And sometimes she has like 3 to 4 performances and then we don't usually go to them all.
Okay.
But we do try, most of the times we try to organize at least somebody she knows, whether it's family, you know, her dad's side of the family or our side of the family or one of the grandparents or something will be at every show.
Okay.
We try to figure that out. But this one it's a super short show. The whole show, like first act, intermission, and second act was just over an hour. Super fast show. Okay. Yeah, it was a youth and little ones show. And so there was just a lot of little kids involved and it was a shorter show.
Yeah. Question for you about nighttime versus matinees.
Okay.
I used to do theater back in high school, and matinees are typically kind of towards the end of the running of the show, right? Of the performance week. And so the matinees typically were always, at least for us at our theater, much more laid back. And we goofed around more in the performances. Sure. Is that similar with this theater, or are they still like you got to do the same performance every single time, even at the matinee and everything?
I think it's still same performance. It's not that. Okay. So they were doing Frozen Kids. That was the show, and they have a Tuesday cast.
Did David Blaine them all and put them in ice blocks?
No.
Okay.
They had a Tuesday cast and a Wednesday cast.
Oh, okay.
Right? And so the Tuesday cast did Friday night, Saturday matinee. The Wednesday cast did Saturday night, Sunday matinee.
Interesting. Okay.
And so they got 4 shows of the same theater show. They got 4 performances of Frozen Kids show.
Yeah, but the Thespians only did 2 shows.
Exactly. They only did 2 shows each. So it wasn't overwhelming for the children, but it was still good for the theater.
Okay.
And the theater that we go to holds 550 people inside.
Damn.
It's really a nice theater.
Wow.
It's really cool.
It's like theater style seating,
It's
auditorium style
theater.
Seating? Okay.
It's an old school 1920s theater
Wow.
that has had some upgrades throughout the years. At some point I think it was removed as a performance theater and became a movie theater.
Okay.
And then after that it turned back into a performance theater.
Okay.
And so, there's different tiers and different seatings, and it's changed throughout the years for modern necessity.
Okay.
But it's always been a theater, which is really cool. So there's a backstage, there's an understage, there's a trap door to go up and onto stage directly. And there's side wings and multiple curtain levels and multiple hanging apparatuses.
There's way more going into that than the theater I grew up in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, and long story short, I did a very short stint in theater, and I did it there at the same spot. And the music director is still there. Went from when I was 10 years old doing theater. So it's just wild. Yeah. So let's see. So when was it? I think it was... So Saturday, I don't know what I did necessarily during the day, but I think it was Sunday morning, Hussman came over and we started working a little bit on Bobcat. So I did a lot of prep before Hussman came over. I got the whole rear axle torn apart.
Okay.
So the bad thing about Toyota semi-float, well, I guess in general, the bad thing about all semi-float rear axles is that you have to pull the axle shafts out to get, well, and that's the same case for everyone, I guess.
It's a dropout third member issue.
It's a dropout third member issue. Yep. So I have to pull the axle shafts to grab the third member so that I can take the third member out so that I could start replacing some of the studs that broke on my third member. Yep. And to do that, I literally have to disassemble my whole axle. Yep. And so that's sort of a bummer because I have to get the third member out. If it wasn't a dropout third member, I wouldn't have had that problem. Yep. So I did all that and hung my brake calipers by bungees, and pulled the axle shafts out the few inches so that I could grab the third member to take that out. And then I'm like, why am I just leaving the axle shafts leaning against my seal? So I pulled those all the way out. So there's no pressure on the seals. So when I put it all back together, hopefully they're still smooth and round and holds oil. Yeah. So I got all that done and ready for if we got there. And then
did you have these twisted splines with all that Bobcat power?
Nope. No twisted splines. No. Yeah, so that's nice. I have had that in the past. I have one axle shaft that has twisted splines. And that's the only, and I run stock rear axle shafts. Yeah. They're not chrome. Yeah. And that's the only time in all my wheeling that I've had
20 years or so.
That I've had any major issues with the rear axle minus I broke that differential one time. Yeah. And that was also a 20-year-old differential that has roughly 15, 20 years of hardcore rock crawling on it for all that time. So so there's that's my woes. But now my axle housing is also cracked in a spot.
I saw that
again. I thought I fixed it a year or 2 years ago or whatever it was, and the drain plug, even though it's welded, is leaking somehow. Oil. So I'm just like, this axle housing's done. I talked about this sort of in the past. I'm going to swap out the axle housing. So I was going to do an upgrade on the studs and, just change it out. And I'm like, no, the housing's done. I just need to get it operational for us possibly going wheeling this Thursday on Barrett, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. But we'll see maybe we'll decide to go wheeling somewhere else or something. So I tore all that apart just to be like, okay, if we get done with the power steering, then we can jump on to pulling these broken studs out and replacing the studs. And then on the front, on this, I think it was Friday, maybe it was Thursday or Friday, I tore a bunch of stuff apart with prep to when Hussman shows up, we can just really start putting it all together. Cause changing out the power steering is you can change it with one person, but then you really need kind of two people to bleed it and watch it and add fluid and make sure everything's, that you're not going too low with your fluid levels and everything. So I tore everything apart with the exception of taking one hose off the top of the power steering box and removing the power steering box. It was all more or less, all the nuts were undone off of the power steering box mount area, but the bolts were still through the frame just to kind of hold it in place. Okay. So when Husband came over, I laid all that out to him and I said, really, I would like to start on the power steering. Let's get that going. And then if we have time, we can attack the rear axle. Mm-hmm. But I only had until like noon. So then I could get ready to go to the theater performance and do the family stuff. And so we started attacking the power steering, everything. It was pretty easy. The hard part was I couldn't get the hose off of the male barb that was on the power steering box. Okay. And that one went to the new cooler. And so I ended up pulling the line off of the new cooler and then undoing the barb set out of the box. And that's how I got that one undone. And so that was kind of funny. And then we took the box out, we put the new one in, and we put on all the appropriate fittings that were needed for the hydro assist and put it all back together. Thankfully, we did in the right order that time. We didn't put the power steering line or the hydro assist in the opposite order, but and that one was pretty easy because one has a 90 degree on one of the lines has a 90 degree and one of them doesn't. And it's pretty easy to line them up appropriately. So that was easy. Reconnecting everything was super easy. We just plugged everything back in. I bought a redhead power steering box already ported or tapped for our hydro assist to use on Samantha. Okay. Right. And so this is sort of it's a permanent fix / test. Okay. To see if I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to fully install it. Let's see if it works or see if it solves my problem of my steering locking up. Yeah. If it solves the problem, then there's something wrong with the box we removed. Yep. If it doesn't solve the problem, then the box we removed is good. Yeah. I'll probably clean it up and put it on Samantha and use it. Yep. And so that's sort of where I'm sitting with this. Okay. And the thing was I had already replaced a bunch of my power steering stuff. I had the hydro assist ram rebuilt. Yep. I put on a new power steering pump. I added the reservoir. I added a filter. I added a radiator, a cooler.
You pretty much did everything except the box itself. Yeah.
And so that's why I'm I think the box is bad. That's why we're switching it out. So I plumbed it, put that in fine, plumbed it all in, just, lifted the vehicle up, cranked it left, right, a whole bunch of times. Yep.
And then do it some more.
And then, add fluid, do it more. And, and that's pretty much where we got to about that point. And then it was 11:15, 11:20-ish. And it was just let's not worry about the rear axle. We'll just call it a day. We're at a good stopping spot. Yeah. Don't have to rush to get ready to go to the theater and make sure that, and I could help make sure that the assistant and the mini assistant are on track to being able to leave on time. Yeah. So that's sort of where we left it. But the front end's all put back together, ready to roll. For the most part, I need to zip tie because I zip tie the grill down is how I do it. And then I think that's it in the front. I believe, I put in the air, had to take off the air intake to get to everything below, but that's back in. And so I really do think the front's all that's left. I'll give it a once around, but I think that's all that's left is just putting the grill back on, attaching the grill. And I really didn't need to take off the grill, except I had to get to the reservoir or the radiator, the cooler to pull off that one line. So, since then, on Monday, I went and extracted the two.
Any issues while bleeding?
No.
No lockup, nothing?
No lockup, nothing, no problems.
That's good. That's encouraging then.
Absolutely. We dumped a few quarts of fluid into it. Everything worked out. I do have a kink in the line that you guys also saw that goes from my reservoir to the power steering pump. And we were talking about a few different ways to fix that. And everything we talked about for the most part was that it would take too long for me to get everything acquired. And I wanted to be able to go wheeling. So, and also if I do change that line out, all I'm really doing is losing the fluid in the reservoir.
Okay.
And it won't be that much to change it out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to figure it out and order those parts just so I have it in the future or next time, or just do it at random.
So question for you then.
Okay.
So if everything is not locking up, are you going to take apart the old steering box and see if there's something in there jamming up the sector shaft, or like what are you going to dig into it at all? Or are you just going to be like, fuck it, I'm buying a new steering box. We'll send this one as a core.
I was not planning on digging into it.
Okay.
If I were to guess, because I took that one apart and tapped that box also, my guess is that it's in all the ball bearings in the top.
Okay.
I think that because when I took it apart, like I tried not to remove any of those ball bearings, but some still fell out. And so when I was putting it back together, I was trying to put the ball bearings all back in as well. And I think that either I didn't put them in right, or I didn't put them all back in, or I
lost
mean,
one in the process. You're like, yeah, whatever.
Anything's possible.
There's still 8 in there. We're good.
Yeah, right. There's 8 that needed the like 40. So I believe it's up there is the problem. And so that's my guess. And so I just think that it's to me it's not worth digging into figuring it out. I'm just if the redhead box that I got from it's called a redhead box from the redhead steering. I think they do all sorts of different things, but they usually paint an accent red thing on like
the top cover.
Yeah, the top cover is usually painted red.
Yep.
And so if the redhead box works on Bobcat, then that box is bad. I'm just gonna scrap it. And yeah, and get another power steering box or something. Maybe get another redhead or another one tapped from some other company. But so then I can just start moving forward with Samantha.
Yep.
I can also still use that box as mock-up purposes.
Okay.
So I don't really need to rush acquiring another steering box because that one's going to be totally fine for mock-up purposes. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so since Hussman came over on Sunday, on Monday, I pulled out the studs, but I didn't have time to put new studs in or start putting the axle together. And that's my goal after recording is to go home. I will the mini assistant and assistant do dance classes on Tuesday nights. It's my job to make dinner for them for when they get home. But as we have I'm going to have a little bit of a window after we're done recording to when I need to make dinner. And that's my goal is to pretty much put the axle back together.
Nice.
Today. So, yep.
Sweet.
So
that sounds fun.
Yeah. So, in theory, fingers
and you
crossed.
have the new housing for the rear?
No, I have a housing for the rear, but I'm not putting it in right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because when I do the new housing, I want to add the carrier bearing drive shaft, and I'm going to be rotating
that makes sense.
The housing to point
for the pinion angles.
Yeah, for the pinion angle to be pointing appropriately.
Cool.
So I'm not worried about that right now. I wanted to fix the studs. If I'm going off-roading, I didn't want to have whatever, is it 12, 14? I think there's 12 studs around there on the differential. And I'm down 2 right now. So I just wanted to make sure that I was going to be, I'm not going into wheeling Barrett broken already.
Yeah.
I wanted to be as good as it could be.
Cool.
Yeah. So
fun stuff.
It was fun. Yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot to report because it all went pretty smooth.
Yeah. That's good.
I did smash my finger. I got a little bruise under the nail. My own stupid fault. Like I was putting the new power steering box in and my hand was like bracing it myself against the frame and I just smashed them together. Yeah. So that was fun.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't think there was, nothing, like I said, nothing really to report because it was pretty smooth. Yeah. Just had to pull the power steering box out and then replumb it. Yeah. And all the lines and everything were already there. So it wasn't.
Did it take you longer to bleed it than it did to replumb everything, connect everything back up?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with your system, your setup has so much extra fluid.
It has a lot of fluid in it now,
Yeah.
definitely. So yeah, I did lift the lines up. So I don't think I lifted the lines up of the hydro assist. So as soon as I disconnected those, I like pushed them upwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think any of the hydro assist fluid that was in the RAM or in the lines got lost.
Okay.
But everything out of the reservoir, the
cooler,
filter, well,
the
maybe
pump.
not the filter, but the pump, the cooler, and all that drained out.
Yeah.
And I did that like I said, Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
And I just let it drain all night. Just had a pan down and had a catch, and
Cool.
and it's only like 2 quarts total.
Okay.
Or maybe, I think it's around 2 quarts, maybe more with the RAM. But
it's not a ton of fluid. It's just a lot of little places that you got to get all the air out
yes,
of it. That's what takes a long time with bleeding
turning.
hydraulic systems.
Yeah.
And systems.
I think the benefit, because I did go to the Radial Dynamics reservoir, and that's the and I got the vacuum vortex style one.
Yeah.
And when we interviewed him, he was saying that like the vortex helps pull all the little bubbles out, and it, lets them out at that point where it's doing its little vortex action. Mm-hmm. And so we got a lot of the big bubbles out. We got a lot of the small bubbles out, but if there's anything left in the line, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. It'll eventually work itself out.
It'll work itself out with his system, the way that vortex works. And and the steering felt fantastic.
Nice.
And so it's super easy to turn, really nice. I feel, I don't know why, but I feel like it was better than it was before, even though it has no reason to be that much better.
Yeah.
But once I get that rear axle back together, I'll go give it a spin around the block and check it out. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. I definitely want to look into the radial dynamic stuff for the Mule.
Mm-hmm.
I want that reservoir. That reservoir is such a key part of keeping a power steering system in good condition, working condition. The way he has that reservoir set up, like you would think a reservoir is just it's just a canister to hold fluid, but after chatting with him and having that interview with him, it's amazing how much help his reservoirs do.
Oh yeah.
To keeping your power steering system good and operational.
Absolutely.
And cool. So
yeah. And after talking to him about how important a filter is, because there's no filter on your power steering system. And there's a lot of moving parts in the power steering system, from the pump to your power steering box. Yep. If not a RAM or whatever else is in that mix. But having a filter is very important.
Yep. Oh, cool, man. Good stuff. Hopefully we get to go wheeling Thursday.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I think you and I should just go out. If the others dip out, we have closed cab vehicles. We'll be fine. The others are all buggies. So we can go out and go up to Spider or something for the day.
That could be fun. So, or we could go Fordyce or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show today and kind of what we've been up to. So little news reports, some vehicle reports, activity reports. So we'll be back on tomorrow, Friday, for Snail Mail.
Yep.
It's where you guys get to call in, leave us some feedback for the show. Let us know what you guys are up to. And we reply without ever screening them. So you guys kind of hear our initial genuine reactions to what you guys are talking about. It's kind of fun for us. Hopefully it's fun for you. And other than that, we have a good show planned for you on Monday to discuss the gift boxes and the items in the gift box. So have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. If you guys want to get a hold of us, you know how to do it. So Jimmy.
Yes.
Any final words for everybody out there?
Well, first I want to say that part 2 of our trail planning was supposed to be on Monday, but we figured we should get the interview with our gift box company out, so that if you want to choose to come into the gift box or leave the gift box, you might have that choice or have a new thought after this interview.
Yep.
And then 650 is right around the corner.
Yep.
We have plans, I believe, this upcoming weekend to get the recording done for that with our significant others.
Yep.
And so we'll get 650 is out with those. And then we'll get to part 2 after. So it'll probably be 652 when we get to part 2 of the trip planning. Yep. So I wanted to let everybody know about that. But final words.
Yeah.
is a big thanks to Hussman for coming out and helping and for fixing my gasket for underneath the hood.
And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Ooh, you came prepared.
A little bit. Yes.
Jimmy-san.
Jimmy. San?
Jimmy-san, you prepared Jimmy-san.
Oh, hi. Did you know that
the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man? Yeah. Did you? Who lives on, what is it, 123 Muffin Lane?
Yeah.
Way? Something. Yeah. Anyways, did you know that green is my favorite color?
Bullshit.
It is.
I thought yellow or orange was.
No.
Oh.
No, actually, green is my favorite color.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
In all reality.
No wonder we get along so well.
But for the joke.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Did you know that green is my favorite color?
I did not.
Yeah, I like it better than blue and yellow combined.
But Jimmy, that doesn't work, sir.
I like it better than both of those colors combined.
But you're breaking me this morning.
It broke the mind right now. How does that work?